Hello everybody, welcome to Soapbox Slam, where I get on my soapbox and I slam the things that I see going on. Today I want to get on my soapbox, and I've avoided talking about this topic for a while. I've had to have time to research, absorb, think, and I mean, I've had an opinion about it, but to vocalize it and put it out there means you are officially making a position and standing on that position. And I have had an opinion, but I have withheld my thoughts on a position because I wanted to be as considerate as possible when it comes to this topic. What is the topic? I'm on my soapbox today to talk about the illegal immigrant issue. Now, the politically correct thing, migrant people, they want to change the language and call them migrant people or whatever else. They're illegal immigrants. They're breaking the law. The ones who are here and have been here for a while, you broke the law. You did. You cheated. You cheated. You are cheaters. You cheated the system. And you're cheating the system still being here. That's the truth. That's not racist. That's not bigoted. That's not prejudiced. And yes, I have animosity towards the fact that you cheated and you're getting a leg up over people who have been here for years, generations. You are raping other people. I work hard and you're stealing my taxes so that we can provide for you. Why? Why in what world does this make sense? The very idea of taking the immigrants in is beyond socialist. It's not about caring for your fellow people. It's also not about we do it because we care for our people, right? It's an economic reason to do it, and that economic reason is the huge money people, corporation or Koch brothers, these people. The top 5%, top 1%, they have a vested interest in low-wage people being here. What do I mean by low-wage people? These people will come here. See, strikes have been occurring all across the nation, right? People want more money. They've been striking. They've been demanding more money and everything else. So what is the best way to correct that? Replace your labor force. And replace your labor force. Instead of moving your corporation or your businesses out of the country, just replace the labor force with people who are willing to work for pennies. And they're willing to work for pennies because it's still more than what they had in their countries. Now, that is why this is really going on. And that's an unfortunate, insidious thought or conspiracy. But there really isn't a conspiracy behind it. Let's just get down to the dollars and cents and supply and demand. And that is the economic reason. So all of these politicians that are touting that the immigrant issue, all of that, especially with the Democrats, all of that is a smokescreen. There is a vested interest in having these people come here and work for pennies. And it's so that they can keep the working living wage low. It's period. In all of the other Western civilizations and the Western countries, all those people that live there are actually paid, especially the natives of those, the native Swedes, the native Belgians. They're paid very well living wages, and they're very well taken care of, and everything else. Here in the United States, there's a huge class issue, and everybody in the low class needs to stop supporting the idea of bringing, and I'm including myself, I'm a part of this class too, and I don't support this idea of bringing these people here. I work way too hard. I work way too hard for my tax dollars to be diverted from my community in my state to another country somewhere else, or to illegal immigrants who came here illegally and need housing and everything else, right? This is how bad the system is, and I can't believe how egregious this crime is. And it's not just the crime of them coming here illegally. In New York, here in New York, they have kicked out the students out of their schools, K through 12. They are forcing K through 12 kids to do remote learning so that they can house the immigrants that Governor Abbott and DeSantis have sent to New York City. Really? So I pay taxes and property taxes and all the taxes that you pay in New York City so that you can send my child home and do remote learning so that we can house a bunch of people who came across the border because they so-called want a better life? Oh, so my taxes and my children are not a priority. We already know that remote learning does not work. All through the pandemic, the education that was lost out of our children because they had to do remote learning. I mean, there's tons of studies on it. I'm not speaking off the cuff here. We already know that the pandemic did a disservice to our generation, to kids in schools in K through 12 during that time. We already know it. It's been stated left and right in every inch of this nation. So we're gonna do it again to house a bunch of migrants? Really? That is what they're doing here in New York City. It's unbelievable. Why should these people in New York pay taxes? Why should the people in New York City welcome this? So they take a back seat for these people to get put up? Their priorities as a person in this city, contributing to this city for eons or years, generations, or whatever, take a back seat for a bunch of people who came to this country illegally? That's what we should do? Yeah, okay, my priorities don't need to be met. Let me go ahead and meet these people's priority. It's not about hatred towards these people. It's not about animosity towards these people. It's about there's not enough resource to go around. But they want to do this. I bet you if they started sending all these migrants to those rich people's neighborhoods and those rich people's schools, there would be a whole different story. But no, that's not where they're sending them. You know, people in the lower class need to stop supporting the Democrats. I'm not saying they need to support the Republicans either, because none of these people have our interest at heart. There is no justice here. There is a assertive effort to enable corporations to be able to keep these people here, these people being the migrants, get them here so they can work for pennies here in this country. They don't want to have everybody having a living wage. They don't want people being able to survive. And if they can take a person and pluck them out of their country, bring them here and put them to work, those people will work for the wages that are there, and they won't have to increase wages. I mean, strikes have been going on across this country left and right for the last few years, especially since inflation. People are demanding more money. These corporations don't want to pay for that. They want to get these people here until they can get everything fully automated. Then these people will be stuck here, and everybody in the low caste will have nothing to do, and we'll be stuck at a certain level with automation replacing us. It's the thing that irritates me the most is how we are bending over backwards for a group of people who have not earned their right to be here. I'm sorry that things are so horrible in your country. And you come here and still have allegiance to your country, so you don't even want to be an American. You just want to take American goods. And I don't support this. I don't, and voters, this is why Donald Trump is so successful. And this is why people are on the Donald Trump bandwagon, and he has his entire second second run for presidency, third run for presidency, has been so successful, and why people are still flocking to him, because he's tapped into this. And it's not just white people. I'm going to tell you, it's the Americans who have been here for generations. It's blacks and whites who see it. And now it's starting to affect the black community. And I hate to make this about black, white, da-da-da, but now it's starting to affect the black community. And the black community is like, wait, what the fuck? And I'm glad the black community is starting to say, wait, what the fuck? And the black community needs to stop blindly supporting shit. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not about racism. It's not. I work too hard to try and I work way too hard to have my tax dollars be sent to another country for war, or my tax dollars used for people who come here illegally, my tax dollars used to kick my kids out of school and make them learn from home so that you can put them up. How dare you guys do this? How dare the mayor of New York City, I believe his name is Eric something, how dare he do this? How dare you do this to the people? And as I've talked to people, they're not having it. Guess what? You sealed your fate, dude. You will not win another term. You absolutely won't. You're done. Your fate is sealed. That mayor here in New York City, you're done. It's over. It's a wrap. I'm glad you pandered to the wrong people and you pandered to the wrong groups. It's a wrap. You're done. You're done. People will not vote for you anymore. The black community is certainly not gonna rally behind you. You're done. And in Chicago, they're doing the same shit. Brandon Johnson, you're done, dude. You're not gonna win another term. You're not. I'm telling you now, you're not gonna win another term. You weak. You weak as fuck, mayor. And that's why people don't like you. You pandering. You can't stand strong. I reserved a long time what Governor Abbott was doing, and now I'm going to speak on it, because I'm going to take the backlash, and I'm sorry you want to hate me because I have a different opinion, or you want to dislike me because I'm talking about something that makes your panties get in a bunch and you want to cry, boo-hoo. Cry. While you're crying, eat a dick, because I'm tired of it. Y'all, it's crazy. You want to help these people out so much, move them into your house. Let them live off of your shit. Excuse me? Yeah, I didn't think so. When you start inviting migrants to your house and you pay to feed them literally in your house while they come here, once you start doing that, then come talk to me. Then tell me how I should be a better person. Until then, kiss my ass. Until you move an immigrant from Texas, Abbott, or they're here in New York City, or they're in Chicago, until you invite them into your house and you feed them and clothe them and pay for all of their existence literally in your house, until you do that, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I'm dead ass. Shut up. Once you've done that, then get on a fucking social media app and speak your piece and tell me how wrong I am for not being true to Jesus Christ's will or the Abrahamic religion's will. Then, until you've done that, shut up. Until you've done it, shut the up. Because you're a hypocrite and a liar. And it's not right. Now, having said that, I have reserved a lot of comments about what Governor Abbott did. And the truth of the matter is, it's ironic. The 3 states that I've ever lived in are the 3 states that all of this is really coming from. Texas, Chicago, and New York. As far as I see it, I got my pulse on I've lived it. I could talk about this because I've lived in all 3 states. I know what the hell's going on. I've lived it. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it. I got a right to talk about this stuff as far as I see it. Plus, I'm a blue-collar worker. I got a right to talk about it. I got an opinion. All the rest of you people, until you are actually from all three places and see what's going on and everything else, shut the up. Straight up, just shut up. Seriously, you don't know what you're talking about. So I reserved my right for a long time to whether Governor Abbott was doing the right thing. Thought about it for a long time and everything else. He's doing the right thing. And you know what? Them people crying about the razor sharp buoys that he put in the Rio Grande, I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, Governor Abbott. In fact, it should be Abbott running for president, to be honest with you. And I'm not the biggest fan of my own home state in Texas. But you know what? Texas is doing something right. Governor Abbott has done some things right. I mean, they got a surplus in Texas. They got a lot of businesses in Texas. Texas ain't got no, they don't have some recession problems. They don't have market value issues of their housing market bottoming out and all this other stuff. All through recessions, all through pandemic, Texas has been fine. So something's right in their formula. Not everything, but some things are right in their formula. So you know what? I don't blame Abbott for putting these razor sharp buoys in the Rio Grande. And all of those people who complained about it, kiss my ass. You knew the buoys were in there. You got in the water and swam. That's like saying, oh, the Amazon River is full of piranhas. I'm going to go ahead and jump in. And the fact that the piranhas got you, you're upset and you're going to sue whomever because you jumped in the lake knowing there was nothing but piranhas in there. Duh. Are you that stupid? Period. And we should feel bad about this? No. I don't feel bad about it. Kudos to Governor Abbott for doing it. Do it again. Do it again. Keep on doing it. And I don't blame Abbott for taking all these people and sending them up to these other cities. And I thought about this for the longest time. And he played it right. Because these cities, and I'm a part of them. Oh, come on, we'll take them since you guys don't want them. Oh, you gonna take them? Okay, Governor said, okay, let me call your bluff. You gonna take them? Let's see how y'all deal with that. And they keep sending them, and they keep sending them, and we have nowhere to put them. We only have X amount of dollars in our budget, and now we gotta change our budget and divert funds for our own children so that they can be put up. Really? That's what you work hard for? Really? That's what you work 40 hours plus below minimum wage, work through a pandemic, work through inflation, work through all that so that you can put them up? I mean, really? If I'm going to believe in socialism, I'm going to believe in socialism for my own people. I don't believe in socialism for everybody else. No. If I'm going to be called a socialist, at least I'm going to be called a socialist for my own people. Not for everybody else who's not even American, who don't even want to be American, who don't want to assimilate, who don't care to learn the English language, who don't want to be American. Why? They don't want, all they want is our resources, and that's it. They don't fucking love this country. They don't care or anything like that. Why am I breaking my back for that? And I'll take it one step further. I know people don't want to talk about the racial issue and everything's got to be about race, but I'm going to go ahead and put that on the table too. These people will fucking treat black people like shit anyways. Why are we as black people supporting to bring people into this country for them to treat us like second-class citizens and them to be propped up? Y'all some dumbass niggas. And I'm sorry you don't like the way I'm talking. I'm sorry you don't like the way I'm putting this. I'm sorry you're offended or whatever else. Y'all can kiss my ass. But the bottom line is, black people must be some dumbass people to keep on supporting a system and keep on supporting a political party and keep on supporting people who will throw you under the bus. Who will, once they get a leg up, kick you down. Why are you supporting this? Y'all need to get something for your negotiation, black representatives. You're giving away your vote and you ain't getting shit in return. You're giving away your support and you ain't getting shit in return. Y'all some dumbass negotiators. Y'all, straight up. Brandon Johnson, the mayor in Chicago, this mayor in New York City here, y'all some dumbass negotiators. Y'all ignorant as fuck, because you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting shit for nothing. Learn how to fucking negotiate. Learn how to get something. You don't give something without getting something in return. That's how this system works. Now, that's how you operate in the money system. I'm taking all of the spiritual, altruistic, compassionate equation out of this right now. I'm taking that out. It is easy to support other people when you are prosperous. We are not fucking prosperous. We being the middle and lower class Americans, we're not prosperous. We have no prosperity. We can't afford this shit, and we're sending money to warring countries, and we're sending money to support people who come here illegally. What fucked up world are these Democrats living in? Biden, you're gonna lose. The Democrats are gonna lose. Y'all are about to lose big time. You're about to lose. And I mean, I don't know if it'll be Donald Trump. It's a long time until Election Day. I don't know if it'll be Donald Trump, but I can tell you one thing. At least he knows how to play the new game. And the new game involves locking our borders down. And it's not just the bigoted whites that believe that. Guess what? It's us bigoted niggas believing it too. The people who've been here for generations. And I'll say something to you bigot white people. Y'all need to start getting the black people's back. We've been through this country through thick and thin. Longer than all the other people. Once you took over this land and killed all the Indians and pushed out all the Mexicans, it's been us, the blacks and the whites, with a sprinkle of Asians, and I mean a sprinkle being 1 or 2%, the leftover population that you white people killed. Yes, you white people, your ancestors, get over the sensitive language and get your panties out your ass and own it. That's what your ancestors did. That's what your people, your lineage, your tribe, that's what they did. And you have not atoned for it. So own it and move on. Fucking pansy ass babies who can't be corrected. Be held accountable. Nobody's holding you accountable. Kiss my ass. Be held accountable. You did this. But my point is, in this country, we have been in this country with you guys since the beginning. We've been your slaves. We fought for our rights. We've assimilated. We have been in this shit since the beginning. And you're still throwing us under the bus, and we agree with you. Start giving us our due. And fucking black representatives, start fucking learning how to negotiate. Because you guys, I mean, the only people who are going to set this shit right for you honkies is us black people. That's the bottom line, and that's how I see that. I mean, we're the only ones that have been through this thick and thin. We're the only ones that understand clearly. We're the only ones left that understand clearly what you mean by the assimilation, learning the language, and everything else. I'm sorry. This Mexican explosion and immigrant explosion has only been in the last 30 years. And that's when the corporations started leaving and everything else. I mean, this stuff is crazy, man. This stuff is so crazy. It's all about the dollar and cents. The racial division of all that is a part of the divide and conquer, thing. If you guys want to get mad at me and take me out for identifying the divide and conquer issues and everything else, then go ahead, kiss my ass and suck my dick while you're doing it. Because the bottom line is, we cannot sustain this. The middle class and the poor class do not have the funds to take care of these people. We can't take care of ourselves. We are not prosperous. It's insane. What has set me off is the fact that in New York City, you threw kids out of school to put these migrants up. How fucking dare you? It's unbelievable. You're going to make them do remote learning? This is what set me off. You're going to make them do remote learning so that you can put a bunch of migrants up? When we know remote learning doesn't work? What am I paying for? I'm not only am I paying for an education that my kids aren't going to get, but I'm also paying for these illegal immigrants to be here. Back in Chicago, they're getting hotels left and right. They're getting all this other stuff, and then of course, you know, the governor of Chicago, or the governor of Illinois, Pritzker, we're going to do everything we can to keep on taking these migrants. Really? The federal government needs to give Illinois more money so that we can handle this. Really? Is that really going to work? And even if the federal government were to give Illinois more money, why? Why am I paying taxes? Why should Texas pay taxes to give Illinois? Well, I'll take that back, because they did go to Texas first, and Texas did send them to Illinois and New York. So you know what? Texas needs to pay for that too. They still got to pay for it. But why are we all paying for this? Why? What sense does it make? We are not prosperous. We're not. What delusional world are you people living in to think that we are prosperous? We're not. It's so enraging. I cannot believe that they kick kids out of school, force them to do remote learning to put the migrants up. I can't believe in Illinois they're flying them into all these airports all over. They're pushing them in the suburbs. I mean, in the airports, they put up. I mean, so this is the insidious disgustingness of this, right? They put them in the freaking O'Hare Airport, the Midway Airport. They hide them behind a partitioner that they put up, a black curtain that they put up, so that the people coming to the airport don't have to see them. I mean, did you just hear what I just said? They put up curtains. They house them at the airport, and they put up curtains to block off so that the people who are coming to the airport to fly don't have to see it. Out of sight, out of mind. Tear down those fucking curtains. Let all the people see the migrants coming in, because one or two things are going to happen. The people are going to be like, oh, hell no, we're not dealing with this. Get them out. Or they're going to be like, oh, let me pour out more of my money and pay for these people. Those are the only two options are going to happen if people are seeing them. But if they hide it and they put them behind curtains, right, then you don't see it, then you really don't know what's going on, right? Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, this is insidious, disgusting. We're going to put up a bunch of curtains and hide the migrants so that the people don't see them. But this is where they are. So let's hide them so they don't see them. No, it needs to be in your face. You need to see it. You need to see it. Everybody needs to see it. And when they do see it, they're not going to support it. And that's the issue. But you can play the divide and conquer game. You can paint me to be a horrible person or whatever else. You can cancel me. You can do all that stuff. But I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. This is not, I can't afford this anymore. Why should I work? It's getting to the point, and I believe it, but why should I work? Why? I'm just going to give it to everybody else. Not even my own people. Not even my own kids. You're going to give it to everybody else. Why should I bend over backwards for this? Why should I bend over backwards so you can give all my money to Israel? Really? Why? And why? It's sad. So this is not about racism or anything else. It's about Americanism. Democrats aren't going to win. Joe Biden is not going to win. It's done. His presidency is done. Sorry, Grandpa Biden, but no, it's not going to work. You don't know how to run a country. You might have a great heart. You might. I don't even know if you remember you have a heart or not. You might. You might have a good heart, and I have a good heart. I like people who have good hearts. But that's not getting shit done. And it's certainly not putting America first. And we're going to end up with a dictator. And right now, I would support that dictator over Biden in a heartbeat. Right now, I would vote for Donald Trump over Joe Biden any day. And that's sad. That I know I would support a man who will take over this country and become a dictator. A man who wants to pull the FDR stunt and be president for more than 2 terms. That's what he's going to do. And I would pick that over this bullshit. I'm on my soapbox. It's a hot topic. I'm sure we'll talk about it more. I reserve the rights. I don't blame Governor Abbott for what he's doing. I applaud you for what you're doing. You called those cities on their shit, and now those cities have to deal with it because now they can't deal with it, and neither could Texas. And you had to prove it to them and make them deal with it in order for them to get a picture of how bad the problem is and what a drain on everything it is. That's my box. That's what I'm on Soapbox about.